What's happening?
Yes. Welcome to the Wresthings podcast. You're probably wondering why the fuck are we in the kitchen? Listen, we're at one of the finest places, man.
We're at the Wingomania HQ.
Such the wrong belt, fam. Wingomania HQ. Big up to the Mandem at the back as well. Guys, come on, what's this? Hey, come on.
Make some noise, everyone.
It's like a live show, you get it. Yeah, man. Introduce yourself, bro.
My name's Vish. Along with my brothers, I run Wingomania, which is essentially a chicken wing party, content creating business. Anything you want it to be, basically. And it all kind of birthed from my love for chicken wings and the beautiful wrestling business.
Love that.
So heard about you guys through Christian and Nitty Clothing. And
Big up Nitty Clothing, man.
Big up Nitty Clothing.
One sec. Hey, where's Modi, fam? I need a hoodie, fam.
You said Modi. Modi. Indian Prime Minister, yeah?
I need a
Modi.
black
like
one,
Modi.
So what colours you got? The grey? The grey one, yeah? Hey, I got a...
No, I had one.
Hey, what's it?
Nitty podcast collab coming soon.
Trust me, fam.
Yeah, that's coming soon.
You hear that? But
when did Wingomania start?
So, believe it or not, it actually started a couple years ago when... It sounds a bit corny, actually.
No.
Actually, it's weird. WWE love corny, so let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
My fiance and I were thinking how to celebrate our engagement, and we didn't want to throw like a conventional party sort of thing. And I just said to her, like, oh, should we do like a chicken wing party? She's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, she loves chicken wings as well. And then the name just Wingomania just kind of popped in my head. We made like a little flyer for it, sent it to our friends and whatnot. We had about 30 people in the house. And then a couple of months later, a couple of Mandem were like, yo, when's the next Wingomania? Let's do another one of those. And I was kind of like, sat down with the brothers and I was like, I think this is a thing. I think we can really make this a thing. So then fast forward a year and we got a venue. We got a couple of artists down to perform. We had a cooking trial with loads of wings, loads of content. You know, you tried some of the wings earlier, so.
Yo,
Zoom on me. Zoom on me. Aye, see them wings, yeah?
Fam.
It's a bomber. I mean, hey, you see the wings?
Hey, listen.
Best wings I've ever had in my life.
I'm not even lying to you. These wings, yeah, I can't even describe
Like,
what
even the way he described it as well, like the
Smokiness, the applewood, all that
It
stuff.
sounded like science to me.
What is applewood, fam?
It's just,
Fam, applewood. Can I eat applewood? Fam, that thing tastes buff, fam.
so we had an event, Carnival weekend last year, and it was 100 people or so, but it was just a real fun evening, night, and yeah, it was great, man. And then now we're just looking forward to doing another one this summer. Looking for a venue, try and spice up the wings in a different way, and yeah.
What way are you gonna spice these wings up? Because I'm intrigued.
You know what?
The
All the kind of content aside, all the kind of wrestling stuff aside, all the content promotion, we got a real cool network of chefs. Shout out Krish, Punk, Jordan, Joe.
Big up you, man, fam.
All these guys are just...
Where's the big up you, man?
They're just getting accustomed to the podcast, you know what I mean? But yeah, the thing is, they're almost competing against each other. Because I basically said to them, basically the top kind of 5 wings are going to win. And that's going to make the menu. So people were making different styles and this, that, and the other, and eventually we kind of narrowed it down. And we'll do the same again this year, and then just try and reinvent ourselves and touch wood. You know, the aim is to somehow get a restaurant at some point and do more events and do more collaborations. We just want to do cool things with the wings, man. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year, don't know if I've told you, but I'm a bit of a chef myself, you know.
I can't eat.
Man can chef, you know what I'm saying? So
Bring it,
not
man.
this year,
Bring it.
next year,
Bring
man
it.
will compete to try to get
Bring
on
it.
Hey, I can compete as well. I made jollof fried drink. Yeah, it was macaroni cheese.
Do it.
Huh? What, with jollof rice? Yeah. I got fresh tomato puree.
So it's a cooking podcast, yeah?
Trust me, cooking podcast.
Like, if I wasn't doing this, I'll probably be a cooking YouTuber.
Yo, so
Love chefing.
BT Sports Wrestling account retweeted my tweet about Tyson Fury and Triple H whatever, yeah? And then when they retweeted, I got gassed. So I like tweeted him again. I was like, yo, so if you didn't even need catering or this or that,
And
they aired it totally, bro. They aired it totally. Of course
BT
they
Sports, we're coming for you, niggas. I'm playing, but yeah, I can't lie. They're very. They're doing their own thing. I think they're trying to just grow themselves before they get to anyone else because they're just new to this, innit?
Yeah, I think they've done really well.
They have.
As in, like, they did a couple of no filter stuff.
Their content.
They're no
is
filter thing.
smashed.
It's sick, proper sick. But I can't expect that from BT.
I wonder what filter they're using, man. Because they got their cinematic kind of grayscale filter. It just makes everything look more.
That behind the scenes sort of thing, innit?
Yeah.
But you know, it's BT Sport, man. You never expect less from them, man.
How did you guys feel about that, by the way? Because I've always just
I thought it was
wrestling
sick.
on Sky Sports.
I thought it was sick.
Yeah, I thought it was sick. I felt like they were going, the direction that they were going to go in with it was going to be completely different to Sky Sports. I felt like it's going to be more engaging with the consumers because I just felt like it was going to be more engaging. I felt like Sky Sports, their direction was better off with like football.
Yeah.
Like their football content, where they were bringing in a lot of like influencers, and football influencers were sick, but I knew they weren't going to do that with wrestling.
No, of course
Whereas
not.
with BT, they're more or less kind of linking up with all the different YouTubers.
Yeah.
They've missed the trick. Sky have missed the trick because effectively they're putting so much budget in to try and save themselves with the Premier League football because they've lost everything else that literally they're running out of money.
Yeah.
They ain't got the button. So like, Wresthings made the cut, but BT obviously they got a pipeline of money, and they're, like you said, they're reaching out to influencers. Yeah, man.
I thought it was sick, fam. Personally, I got BT Sport for free in it, so you got
Same.
you get the thing for free. So I watch it
phone
like
plan.
exactly. So I thought it was sick. And second of all, it's not far from where I work in it. So like sometimes I'll probably see someone from BT Sport try for a little question like, "Yo, can I take you on a date?" Or something like that.
Did you see the whole promotion thing they did? With the Undertaker? Did you see that? I didn't even know about that.
Do you know
we're going to do an invasion there one day.
We're gonna
do a
you
DX
guys pull up though.
We're going
We're
to take a tank. I don't know how big the tank's going to be, but we're going to take a tank out there. All our wrestling supporters and bro,
bring the wings as well, fam.
Listen, we're going to go there and we're letting them know. Listen,
I'm ready.
We're not here to play, fam.
We're not here to play.
We're not here to play, fam.
I think the same with Sky Sports do with football. They're getting loads of influencers, loads of YouTube personalities, And as I was saying, we were saying off air, this business is the most popular it's ever been right now.
Oh, fam.
The height in which everyone's trying to jump on the band, because even people who watched it in the 90s, because they're seeing it on BT, they're seeing the adverts, they're now reminding themselves of what they grew up on, whether it's the 80s, 90s, or whatever. It's too popular right now. It's crazy.
Definitely.
Even to the point where like, because I remember like back in the day, WWE used to be on like Channel 4. You get Heat sometimes, then you get a pay-per-view. I remember they put I think it was WrestleMania 2000 or Royal Rumble on 2000 on Channel 4 innit. But now WWE have now gone to Channel 5 now.
Yeah.
You see it, and it's like people can now tune in and watch.
NXT UK, yeah?
And for Raw. Raw on
Channel 5?
Yeah. On like 10:30 on Saturdays.
Jeez,
Probably
I don't
sick.
know.
Like I kind of feel like nostalgia, like some sort of like nostalgia come back again.
You said Heat.
Heat.
The only ever episode of Heat I watched, was at the time probably one of my favourite ever.
Mankind, the empty arena.
No. I was just thinking about it the other day.
Yeah.
I was like fantasy booking an interview in my head, and I was like, if I ever meet The Rock, he's been asked like every question.
Yeah.
I'd ask him about that day.
Yeah,
like,
of course. How did you feel?
Because
Yeah.
he always
What's
talks
going
about the
through your mind?
crowd, always
Yeah,
the
yeah.
energy.
Crowd
He was
going
like,
wild.
no one. But yeah, so that Heat episode. Do you remember when Vince revealed himself as the higher power?
Oh,
no,
it's me,
no. So the week before that, when he just shows Austin, and then so basically they based on like an article or whatever that Austin's going to be on Heat, or Austin turned up on Heat and just battered everyone because he was just so vexed because he knew the higher powers. Then the following Raw was when he goes, "It's me, Austin."
It's me, Austin, yeah.
Wow, what a time to be alive! That
No, that was
Jeez.
flipping sick.
It's
That was sick time.
Yeah, we might as well introduce the podcast.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do.
So,
It always happens.
I'll go by the name of Anafi. The merch is out right now. I can't say this name here just in case I get sued, but them man. We'll get that top from www.teespring.com/store/Wresthings. Go and copy your tees, come and donate to the Mandem, and hopefully we can all get everyone to WrestleMania next year.
When I say guap, you say daddy. Guap.
Daddy.
Guap.
Daddy.
It's the strong style rating. Hulk Hogan hating. Big back rubbing.
Okay.
Son of a gun is still boy. We here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a little game.
But before anyone answers, Versi and Blacks couldn't make it.
Oh, yeah, they
today
couldn't make it today.
due to unforeseen circumstances. But yeah,
We're gonna
man.
hold the fort for them.
Yeah, therefore.
But I got a little game for you guys. I like to start with games.
Go on,
Just
let's
to
do it.
warm everyone up.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't lie, this toe is cold still. Can I hold it?
Yeah, Matt Riddle out here.
That's cold.
Bro.
Sick, but we'll talk about toys after. Go.
So I've got a game called How Well Do You Know the Rules of Wrestling? So it's going to be like a few rounds.
This is gonna be a hard
I'll
one.
give you options and then
Yeah,
you
go
just
on.
have to say the rules in it.
Alright, let's go.
So question number 1. What would prevent a championship from changing hands? Is it A, referee stopping a match because one of the participants couldn't continue? 2, a wrestler declaring I quit? 3, a wrestler getting pinned less than 2 minutes into a championship match? Or 4, disqualification?
Disqualification.
Disqualification.
Sweet.
Oh, bro, SmackDown versus Raw, yeah. Fam, the game. You see when I have a title match, yeah? I hit someone in the chair. Fam, I still got a title, fam. What is that? They should change that.
What, as in, what, I'm
The
losing?
DQ.
I think it's a good rule.
I don't think it's a good rule, fam.
In TNA, that wasn't the rule. Like, you could lose by disqualification. You could lose the title.
It just gives the upper hand to the heel, innit?
Yeah.
Which kind of gets heat for the heel, so it kind of works in that sense.
Oh, fair enough.
Have you
I feel
played?
like it forces you to have a match, as opposed to like just hitting someone.
Here's someone, yeah.
Have you played the most recent 2K?
I played it
2K20.
briefly.
It's one of the worst wrestling games.
But it's crazy. Like
so shit.
we had like a Armageddon in a castle flame sort of match. It was like
Oh, yeah, that,
I
yeah.
was like,
That was the, one of the packs, the DLCs.
DLC
I was
packs,
like,
yeah.
what is that?
Oh, you man pay for the DLCs?
I did. It was for him. It was for my cousin. Came from India, so I was like, let me see.
Wait, which way?
Arjun, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what, did you enjoy it, fam?
Did
you enjoy it?
2K. We've been playing in it.
Yeah, we've been
I'm better than
You
you,
like
innit?
it? You like it?
Yeah, I like
I'm better than you, though, innit?
Nah,
I've beaten you like.
Team Kick.
I've beaten with Andre the Giant in
Yeah,
a cage
all
match.
day, all day.
Listen to that. I've been with Andre the Giant
Andre
in
the
a
Giant's
cage
on the
match.
game. I didn't even play the game that much. What we know
It's in the
that?
game.
What? Sorry, but okay.
Andre Giant's not even that game.
I think we've got wrestling games as a topic. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Number 2. Which one of these actions would warrant disqualification? Hitting a rival with a forearm, refusing the referee's sustained demand to break a hold, throwing an opponent through the announcer's table, hurling an opponent over the top rope.
Second one. Not listen to the ref.
Not listen to the ref.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something that's stupid. So how can you not get DQ'd if you throw someone through a table? For an announcer table, but you can get DQ'd if you... That's... Do you get what I mean? About... Do you get... So
My
I can throw you for an announcer's table.
But you
It's
won't
calm.
get DQ'd.
I won't get DQ'd. I'll smash a chair or like the bell on your head.
Or even just throw you for a normal table,
For a
you
normal
get
table,
disqualified. Disqualified. It makes no sense.
See, my instinctive reaction to this is, it's wrestling.
Oh, fam, I hate thinking like that.
That's the shit.
I know. I get you.
Fam.
Okay, let me just mix and match this one.
Fam, it
Okay.
hurts when I think that.
Who came up with the concept of the Royal Rumble? Vince McMahon, Gerald Briscoe, Pat Patterson,
Pat
Ted
Patterson.
DiBiase.
Patterson.
Oh, sick.
If you knew Pat, the reason why I clocked that was because that documentary, the story of Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It's not even that. They mention it every
They mentioned,
year.
yeah. Oh, I learned it from that.
As well as it being all about the numbers, it is. They mention that as well.
I've got one that's going to throw you off. You guys aren't going to get this one right.
Let's do it. Challenge
Which
accept.
move is technically illegal? 1, Stone Cold Stunner, RKO, Taker's old school move, the one where he walks the road,
Yeah.
or The Rock's People's Elbow.
What?
Technically illegal.
Yeah. Which move is technically illegal?
Undertakers.
Why is it illegal?
Technically, you're not meant to hold your opponent and be on the ropes.
Yeah.
Because you're meant to break the hold at that point.
Oh, yeah.
The referee-
See, yeah.
You know,
But like you said, it's
I-
no, because it's the Undertaker. The ref's not gonna say nothing to the Undertaker.
but
you know what I mean?
it's wrestling,
For some
innit?
reason, my instinct was to say Austin because I thought if it's a low blow kick,
No,
or,
no,
you know,
no. Oh shit.
then
yeah,
it's like, I thought maybe.
But does he actually kick you in the? Does he kick you in the privates or does he kick you here?
no, he kicks you in the stomach.
He's just not gay.
But I'm saying if he maybe
Yeah.
that was my thinking.
Oh shit. Yeah. What? That's true. Why isn't? That should be a disqualification as well, though.
What?
Realistically, you're meant to like the Stone Cold Stunner is basically me kicking you in the balls and giving you that.
Well, it's more like groin
But it's more like in the
area.
groin or
Yeah.
chest. Yeah, stomach.
It's
No,
just
but
above.
on the games, you know the games. You actually play the games.
Oh,
and
is
that,
it? Is it?
You see man getting honked in the balls, fam. He gets a stunner, fam. So, but yeah.
What rule stipulates that tag teams can have 3 active participating members? The Hart Family Rule, the Midnight Express Rule, the Free Bird Rule, or the Demolition Rule?
Freebird rule.
What's that?
It's what the New Day have. So any two can basically.
So any two out of the 3 can defend the tag team titles. or-
Yeah.
So all of them are basically tag team champions.
Yeah.
Let's say
basically.
we were the tag team champions.
Yeah.
1 week you two compete.
In one
the next
week,
week we
you
can compete.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
We'd be sick tag team champions.
That'd be
mate.
sick, man.
Here's another one. The rule stating that a tag team member cannot pin his or her tag team partner in a tornado tag match is called what? The New Day Rule, the Outlaw Rule, the Deuce and Dominoes rule, or the X Factor rule?
What?
I've never even heard of
I
this.
didn't even. What's that? Say that. What, for that.
The
What?
rule stating that a tag team partner, so me and you are a tag team, but
Yeah.
I can't pin you in a match, in a tornado tag match to retain
So
the
wait,
titles.
we're both tag team partners.
But I pin you to try and win back the
Oh,
titles.
okay, I got you. I get.
Yeah.
But
So
I've
wait,
ne-
you're my
I've
team,
never
but you
heard
trying
of
to
it.
pin me?
Yeah, I'm trying to pin you
To retain it, so
to
just to
retain
like,
it,
yeah.
Oh
Because you know it's
shit!
like-
Has someone done that before?
Yeah.
I want to the guess and say outlaw rule.
Yeah, the Outlaws
Outlaws
done
done
it.
it?
They done it. New Age Outlaws done it. They tried to pin
Of
each other.
course they did.
They tried to pin each
shit.
other.
100% Billy Gunn's idea.
I wouldn't be surprised.
100%.
Let's do one
That's
more.
smart though.
What differentiates a Texas Tornado match from a standard one? 4 teams compete as opposed to 2. All 4 participants from both teams are legal, or one team has 2 and the other has 5+ members.
I'm gonna guess and say the first one.
Texas. Can't lie, you lost me.
Yeah.
That was a lot to say.
So
Kid.
I'll repeat again.
There you go.
What differentiates a Texas Tornado match?
What's the
Texas
Texas?
Tornado tag match?
What's the difference in Texas Tornado
That's
match?
what
and
that's the
That's
question,
what
isn't it?
I'm
That's the
Oh.
What differentiates a Texas Tornado tag match from a standard one? 4 teams compete as opposed to 2. All 4 participants from both teams are legal, or one team has 2 and the other team has 5.
What, the last one.
Five, yeah.
Last one.
Nah,
I think it's the first one.
nah. It's all 4 participants, so both teams are legal within the match. You don't have to tag in or tag out.
Oh,
But I thought a
shit.
tornado tag
But
was
is
that anyway.
Yeah.
You
Or
guys
to-
lost me.
Gotti.
No, wait.
No, a tornado tag is, let's say it's you two versus them two.
But we all in the ring
And
at
all in
once.
the ring, you all fight, and anyone can pin anyone at any given time.
Yeah.
So how's that different to the Texas?
No, but no, that's what I'm asking. What from a what's the difference between a Texas Tornado tag match from a standard one?
Whatever the first answer was.
Wait,
No. All 4 participants, as opposed first answer was 4 teams.
Oh, 14.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a second one.
Oh, which was what? Say again?
All 4 participants from both teams are legal.
Legal, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We could do one more.
You got plenty.
That
fam.
one different if I was. Yeah.
It threw me. I was a bit
A
confused.
triple threat match match ends if a wrestler pins both opponents at the same time. One of the 3 participants are pinned or submitted. All 3 wrestlers pin each other, or 2 of the 3 wrestlers are disqualified.
Second one. Yeah.
Just to warm everyone up. That's literally it.
Alright, cool.
I think we got the easy
So
ones,
next
right?
week,
And then the hard ones we were a bit like.
I had no idea about the Undertaker old school one until today.
No, it makes sense though. It
But
makes
then
sense.
thinking about it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
it's calm. So what do you guys want to get into first?
First and foremost, let's get into this because I feel like everyone keeps getting at me on Twitter and I'm getting annoyed with
Getting that
everything.
heat, yeah?
I'm getting a lot of heat right now. So guys, listen to this. Let me drink some water.
Let's get stretched.
Listen, for the final time, I'm gonna say this, yeah.
It's come to light.
Listen.
It's come to light. It's basically
Listen,
it's come to light because the
listen.
record. You
Listen.
have the proof.
I know you have the people.
Have
I'm
the
gonna
proof.
say this. I'm gonna
So
say
you're
it.
just trying to clear up what you said.
I'm gonna clear up what I
So you're
said.
gonna be clear
Yeah,
about
I'm
what you
Okay,
said.
yeah.
Okay.
So cool. I did say on a podcast that the Braun Strowman fight and the Tyson Fury fight was a good match. Cool. This is why I said it.
Do you agree?
No. But I don't care if
Let's
anyone
say
agrees.
it's peace,
I don't
let's
care.
say it's
I don't care
peace.
if anyone agrees or not.
Say the piece, we'll get.
This is because I feel like wrestling's just based on opinions anyway. I could probably think Scotty Totty versus Jimmy Wang Yang is a good fight.
It was.
Would be.
It was.
Oh shit!
I drink.
Cool. Let me get into it. Cool. So, I did say on that podcast that the Braun Strowman and the Tyson Fury fight was a good fight. This is the reason why. I said that Tyson Fury. It's nice to see people come out their comfort zones to fight,
Yeah.
and Tyson Fury done that, and he done well on it. Cool. That's it. Done. I didn't say. Oh, when he jumped off the top rope it was sick. I just said that it was nice seeing my man come out his comfort zone and do it. That's it. And wrestling is harder than you think.
He was invested.
Yeah, exactly. Wrestling was harder. Wrestling's harder than you think. Like you think man can just run back on ropes back and forth, and you think it's easy.
Well, he
No,
said that. He said
it's
that
not-
in an
it's
interview
not-
after.
yeah.
He goes, he respects the fact that there's so much traveling and.
There's so much like you gotta be patterned with the opponent you're playing with as well. Like I feel like it was good for what it was, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't an awesome match.
No, but wait. I'm not disputing that at all.
I feel like I'm stuttering.
We were talking. Okay, so basically, what the conversation was we were talking about how the Arab shows they're not something you look for to go and watch good matches. Like
You say the glorified house show.
They're glorified house shows, basically.
100%.
But when we were talking about the best matches, he came to now say that Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman was a sick match. And
Okay, look, final time. And Matt Riddle. Listen,
I agree with the sentiment of what you're saying in the beginning
No.
about it, getting out of comfort zone, and I respect anyone who comes from a non-wrestling.
It's like when Mayweather fought Big Show.
Yeah.
Or when
anyone,
Mike Tyson would do nothing, but
yeah, that's
yeah,
legendary.
who else fought? Who else fought?
Didn't that what's that X-Men actor?
What's the guy from?
Hugh Jackman?
Did he fight? No, it wasn't. It was
Did
Arrow.
he
The guy
jump
from
in the
Arrow.
ring? Yeah,
Arrow.
yeah.
He was tag team partners with someone. The guy from Arrow, the comic series.
He was Pac.
Yeah,
Adrian Neville.
Adrian Neville, yeah. I thought they're friends in real life as well.
Yeah,
innit?
friendly. Yeah, he was part of Bullet Club, like briefly.
He was part of Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Or the Arrow guy. Yeah. Shut up. Wait, what?
It definitely weren't a great match.
Yeah, he
I don't think
wrestled
it
in
was
Ring of Honor.
I don't think it was a great match, the Tyson Fury Braun Strowman match. And on the topic of Braun Strowman, what do you lot feel about his running around the ring elbow thing?
It's
Shoulder thing.
It's for the kids. It's for
There's
the
so
kids.
much more they can do with that guy, I feel.
They lost the plot with him months ago.
WWE lost
They
the plot with
completely-
someone.
They lost the plot with him months ago.
WWE never do that though.
They lost the plot with him months ago. I feel like him being like, you can't build someone up as a monster for God knows how many years, and then when you now pit him against Brock Lesnar, I feel like at that point it should be like level and level. Like Brock is a monster, Braun is a monster. They're both monsters in their own right. But then when you've now put them in matches several times, Braun has come out looking like a baby.
Getting squashed in that. Fam.
Like he looks like Nunzio at that point. And it makes no sense why you've now damaged him and now expecting him to, what's it called? You now expect us to be invested in him again. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't think talent gets protected as much.
No.
Sorry, characters don't get protected as much. And he was a guy who, look, I don't know your opinions on Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns took a lot of bumps for Braun Strowman. He helped Braun Strowman get over.
Yeah, definitely.
You look at the moment when the whole ambulance stuff and he's bleeding and that was the moment where you're like, okay, this guy's got a lot of strength, a lot of power. This could be the moment where you can propel him. But if he's gonna keep losing matches and keep showing weaknesses, then he's not the monster among men.
No, he's not.
You know.
He's a kid among men.
You know.
That's literally it.
But yeah.
Like at this point, I don't even know what could be done to
It's for the
protect
like
him.
bro. It's for the kids, fam.
I don't know what can be done to like change that around because now it's like.
Yeah. That's
look
one of
at
my
him now and-
one of my mates said that it was like it's for the kids because there was
The
the whole.
kids.
I was vexed at the whole Mania thing when he found that was it Nikki his
Oh, yeah,
tag
the
team
tag-
The
partner?
little kid. Yeah, it's
I
for
get
the
that,
kids.
and he was trying to tell my friend was trying to tell me how like the mums are gonna love that, and so I get the angle, I get the direction W are looking at it, but he's not the monster among
If
men.
you look at if you look at a lot of these trucks and stuff, like, or like a lot of these posters and that, man's always featured in it, fam. His face is always there, fam. I'm not talking about the event posters. I'm talking about like
The
you see
trucks.
the trucks and that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always on there. So yeah,
I
fam.
just don't understand how he's gone from this larger than life monster. Like when he first came to WWE, and then when he left the Wyatts, they done the brand split, and he went on to Raw. They built him up perfectly. He had gone through so many different phases of his career where I felt like, you know what, he's ready to be the number one. He was a bit green in certain areas, but I feel like maybe like 2 years ago he got to a point where it's like, you know what, I believe in this guy. He won the Money in the Bank. I was like, you know what, he's most probably going to win now.
Yeah.
Lost. I completely forgot he lost the Money in the Bank. I thought it was.
Yeah, wait, against was it against?
He cashed it in. I had
Cashed,
no idea. I didn't even know he cashed it
But who
in.
did he cash it in against? Was it against? Was it against? Brock,
I want to
was
say Brock.
it? Was it Brock in it?
Either
I wanna
Brock
say
or
Brock.
Seth.
It was Brock.
I can't remember.
Like, I could have lost against Seth, man.
The
I
thing is,
wanna
he
say
cashed it in, and I feel like nobody even
Never remembered,
that
yeah,
he
yeah,
cashed it in. I was thinking like my own point. Like, right, where's his briefcase?
Again, not to
I got yacked.
not to bring it back to Roman, but Roman's the only one I've seen go with him, as in be able to bump for him
Yeah.
and put him over and make him look like a star.
So, yeah.
Other wrestlers are just not capable because he's so big.
Yeah.
So you either have to keep putting him up against the other monsters, or you keep kind of letting him squash people.
Yeah.
You know, he's still the IC champ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this should
Oh, he beat Shinsuke.
this should be the start of something. But if he's that move just annoys me. That
No.
But then
That's for the
again,
kid.
I don't even feel like
For the
the
kids,
IC
fam.
title picture, like the mid cards in WWE for me doesn't mean anything.
Oh,
at
that-
all. Like,
No, I don't.
that's
So-
a whole nother podcast in itself. The whole
This is
IC.
where I can't wait to talk about the ruthless aggression era, because they said something in that ruthless aggression era here, which made me feel like, yes, that is so true.
Let's do it.
But yeah, do you want to talk about
Yeah,
it right now?
let's do it.
But before we talk about it quickly, WWE are forcing this Tyson Fury versus Brock Lesnar thing on on Twitter too much, and I'm not liking it.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
They're
There's no way
forcing it
it's
way
happening.
too much.
Oh,
They're
I thought
tagging.
you didn't Dre it, though.
Not, get out. Listen.
I thought you didn't Dre it.
Listen. Look.
Brock's not jobbing.
You man.
Brock's not jobbing to Tyson
Are
Fury.
you mad? Brock Lesnar will
I thought
lose.
you didn't Dre it.
No, I wouldn't enjoy it. But listen, hey, you man, hey, I can't keep explaining myself, you know.
No, it's playing. I'm playing.
Like they're trying to force it, putting up Tyson Fury's highlights and shit, say congratulations and that. But yeah, I just wanted to put it out there.
Well, it's trending, innit? They want to. Like
They wanna
Triple H
get-
was
yeah.
there.
Yeah, they wanna
They
get-
wanted him to win that fight, and he
course.
did, so it helps
Yeah.
them. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I hope they don't do that.
I'm not
I'm
invested,
even
though.
hearing that. What's it
I
called?
don't- I
They're
won't
looking
see
to
that.
have Goldberg defeat the Fiend.
Oh!
You know what? Can I say one thing as well, Vic? When I was thinking about coming to this podcast, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it, man. Goldberg beats the Fiend. Goldberg Roman headline Mania. Everyone's gonna boo. People gonna walk out. Would it surprise you? Would it surprise you? Would it surprise you? Look, I'm a Roman fan. I'm a Roman fan first and foremost.
Yeah.
Am I a Fiend fan?
No, I'm not. Not at the moment. I like
It's,
him, but I'm
it's
not.
too, for me, it's too ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Firefly, whatever it's called, the house, the Fly House, was really, really cool when it was sporadic and random, right?
Yeah.
I was saying to Delbo in a car on the way here, like, if you're going to be cryptic, give it over a sporadic time frame.
Per time, yeah.
But now, why is Michael Cole announcing on Raw, we've got the Fly House, Bray Wyatt's going to be speaking to us? What? He's supposed to be random. And then Seth finds the Fly House.
And he goes in there and he burns it down.
And then it comes back, and then he's hitting with the hammer in the Hell in a
built
Cell,
that
and there's
house?
red lights,
Yeah.
there's no
Trust
lights.
me. Whoever built that house.
They serve a living God.
There's red lights, there's no lights, then
Fam.
he's the strap match. It's too sporadic.
I didn't
for
watch the
me,
strap
man.
match.
Strap match was good.
It was in isolation, it was a good match.
You watched Raw recently though?
Raw was very good yesterday.
You watched the
I've
SmackDown show?
been watching more Raw than
You watched SmackDown
SmackDown.
last week?
I don't watch SmackDown anymore.
So basically,
I
there's
think
this
SmackDown is
there's
shit.
this-
What's your
There's this
wait,
scripted, sorry. There's this scripted message that's been going around. Have you seen it?
Oh,
Oh,
they
the
say it's
emo.
Mustafa Ali.
Yeah,
That's what
but
Twitter's been saying.
yeah, but
What do you reckon, Sanos?
Where's he been? Is he injured or something? Is he?
As in, he never really recovered from Kofi taking the spot.
Yeah.
And then,
But I wouldn't think they wouldn't push. Oh, because Saudi Arabia's. I don't know. Maybe trying to do something around that.
yeah.
don't know.
But
There you
what's your wrestling routine? Mine is Raw and SmackDown every pay-per-view without fail, and then every NXT takeover I watch, and then I will be here and there when it comes to AEW, depending what's on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I see the Moxley promos, the Champion. I love that shit. Anything to do with Cody, I'll watch. You know, whatever's trending basically to keep my ear to the AEW streets.
I think more for me is I watch the highlights for Raw. I don't really bother about SmackDown unless it's like something like very notable. AEW, NXT, all the pay-per-views, all the NXT takeovers. And I watch all the NXT UK takeovers as well. I feel like NXT UK takeovers are very, very underrated.
Big up Tyler Bate.
Big up Tyler Bate. I need to meet him. Yeah, NXT UK takeovers.
He's a
I feel
freak
like
of nature, that guy.
Oh,
Is that Tyler Bate?
yeah, all the NXT UK takeovers. I feel like, especially the last one, amazing. NXT Worlds Collide was sick with NXT UK versus NXT. It was a bit.
There's something really special about the whole NXT brand. Is really special.
It's
Yeah.
both sick.
Like so,
Like you get real pure wrestling.
well, I've been to now 4 Manias, so 4 Mania weekend takeovers. The first one Chris and I went to was Dallas, where they broke the record, and it was Sami Zayn versus Nakamura. I didn't know.
wish I was in the building
I
for
did
that
not
one.
know anything about Nakamura. That match was art. Like the crowd, just everything. It was incredible.
I can imagine.
It was just, and the roof in that place blew off.
Went off, yeah.
That was a show and a half, man.
Because I was
Those takeovers.
I've been watching New Japan for God knows how many years now, so I was aware, and I was a bit worried that he'd come into WWE and his style would kind of be diluted. The same thing happened with Kenta when he first came into WWE with Hideo. I feel like he's not really having the matches that I'm used to seeing him have. I've been watching him from like Ring of Honor days, Noah days, and he's been pulling off amazing stuff. And then just seeing Nakamura, he came, I think that year he had a match against AJ Styles at Wrestle Kingdom. Absolutely blew off the roof. So just to see him come to NXT, I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. And to see the match he had with Sami Zayn, I don't feel like there's anyone more perfect than Sami Zayn to have your first match with. Absolutely blew off the roof. And then since then,
You touched on something there, and I'd love to know your opinions on this. We know there's a plethora of indie fans who will ride hard for your Kentas, your Nakamura's, whoever it might be, Kenny Omega, AJ before he joined, whatever it might be, right? These guys are performing in independent shows, or for New Japan, or whatever, where the production is less, and the emphasis is on wrestling. So the only pressure they really feel is to ensure that they're putting on a great
show.
match,
Yeah,
or a great show in its entirety. When you come to WWE,
It's like Hollywood, basically.
it's
Your
not
scripts
all about
is-
the wrestling.
It's not. It's about Hollywood. It's like scripted and everything. all that
You
stuff.
respond to characters like Stone Cold Steve Austin had such a limited moveset as the character Stone Cold Steve
Yeah.
Austin. But if you're not connecting
To the fans.
with your promo, with your character, and that's where I think your Cesaros, your Kentas, Ricochet for me, like if he's gonna perform every week, if he's got I feel he doesn't have personality. Sure, sorry. He probably does.
Yeah, I feel
but
like,
I'm saying
he can't
in
convey it
WWE
on
you
screen.
can't
Yeah,
see
you
it.
can't see
So
it.
let's say, for example, like you say, he's got no personality. If he's going to perform every week, we're seeing the same thing. So build him up to wrestle once a month, or only at pay-per-view, so you know, wow, we're going to see something really special. Or give him the mic and let him be who he wants to be, and then we can see it. Because if you're not connecting, you can get a fan base in New Japan or Ring of Honor or whatever. When you come to WWE, that's the big leagues. You have to be able to, on that stick, you have to be able to say something and connect with the audience, because it can't just be your high spots.
My question for you is this then. So who do you think has come from like the indie and gone into WWE and literally like become successful then?
Well, the obvious one is AJ Styles. Kevin Owens is another one.
Seth Rollins.
I was going to say Daniel.
Seth Rollins is still NXT product, kind of, Shield run, great booking in that sense.
I think for me, Daniel Bryan.
Dan Bryan, yeah.
I wasn't invested in it.
American Dragon, right?
Yeah.
Is his name, yeah?
Yeah, I wasn't invested in the beginning, but I feel like as time's gone on, like I've kind of got to like him as well.
Daniel Bryan for me, like purist, and has managed to convey his style.
Yeah.
His body shape is very different, beautiful on the mic.
You're sick on it. Yeah.
Any other indies? Nakamura had a great NXT run.
What about Kevin Owens?
Yeah, that's
He
Kevin
said
Owens.
Kevin
Yeah,
Owens,
Kevin Owens.
I feel like that's what it is. A lot of the people can do well in NXT, but then it's when they now get in front of Vince.
Yeah.
Vince isn't invested in a lot of people. There's a lot of, like, Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode had a decent NXT run, had some good feuds.
He was sick in TNA as well.
His TNA, yeah, in Indies, he was sick. As soon as he got to the main roster, I feel like they gave him a chance a few times. He had
Didn't really connect for me.
with Bobby Roode, I don't know what the disconnect is, because he's great on the mic. He's got a good in-ring style that's pretty safe.
Great physique.
Great physique. For me, I've always looked at him as like, don't want to be rude, but like a lower level Triple H, in the sense of he's got a good shape, he's got good, he talks well on the mic, and you know he's going to deliver a good match, like a semi-decent match, or if you put him in the main event, he's going to blow the roof off. But then when you're in a company where there's loads of people exactly like you, and that's the thing with my problem with WWE, is that they've tried too much to kind of like monopolize and take every single talent.
Yeah.
You've got all the talent in the world, but then now utilize them. Everybody wants the same spot, but you can't give everyone the same spot. So then that's how you can have people like Shelton Benjamin or Cedric Alexander wrestling on main event. That nobody even watches.
Is the main event still exists?
Yeah, that even still exists. You might have Velocity or fucking Heat.
Velocity bagged though. Velocity bagged. Heat bagged as well.
That's because it was a
Rufus
sick
as well.
arena. Isn't it?
9 times out of 10, for me, I'm a firm believer of less is more. That's why I love Andrade, because he performs in the room, but doesn't speak. But when he does speak, you are listening, because he doesn't speak that often. And I think Zelina's doing a great job. You know,
Zelina's doing, yeah, she's doing a sick job.
Speaking of Andrade, Angel Garza. I didn't even know about this guy, and then I'm hooked immediately. He's got that swag, there's finesse to him. He can go in the ring, pull the pants off thing, cocky. It's almost like
I haven't actually watched him properly, but
he's good, man.
sick.
That entire contingency, Andrade, Rey Mysterio, Humberto, and
I told you.
I feel like they're gonna light up the like.
it's like that WCW
told you.
mid-90s
That's the
Eddie
shit.
Guerrero, Rey Mysterio
I
period.
told you. January we had a podcast, the first podcast of the year. I was like, listen, this year is gonna be the year of the Latin wrestlers.
Good.
Don't sleep on them, fam. After seeing Humberto
chemistry.
live, you saw Humberto live. I was like, yo,
He's
I
sick.
love this guy.
He's
fam.
sick, man.
So
The chemistry is all there.
yeah,
And I think Zelina is, I don't know, I don't see her on Twitter, she don't get that much praise. She is so
driving,
invested.
yeah.
For me, if you're going to be a manager, Heyman's the bar, right? Because he's always looking, he's always tapping, he's always talking talking to his wrestler. And Zelina's doing the exact same
thing. Yeah.
She's there, and then she gets involved, she's flips, and she's sick, man. She's sick.
I wish her singles career was like as
good
pushed as her managerial career, because as a manager, she's
she good?
she's a sick wrestler. She's a sick wrestler.
I like her in this spot, man. I like her in this
I
spot.
can't
spot, yeah.
complain because she's at least getting TV time and it means something. I feel like with time, I feel like it will get to a point where once Andrade, his English is perfect. Like his English is improved, but once his English is perfect, he's gonna kick her to the curb.
Do you reckon?
1,000%. I feel like he's gonna kick her to the curb. Maybe not in the next year, but eventually I've heard that Heyman is sold on him, and Vince loves him as well.
Andrade, yeah.
So I feel like they've been wanting someone to kind of like be that. I don't like comparing him to him, but the Eddie Guerrero,
yeah.
someone that's gonna.
Because in the ring, he's amazing.
He's sick, yeah.
They want someone to kind of push that Latin.
I like him with the manager. With the manager,
I think it
I
works.
hope they stretch it. But obviously, being married to Charlotte now is going to give a different set of perks as well.
Yeah.
That's going to put you
Of
in
course,
a different
they
lane.
got
Flair loves him.
Yeah.
absolutely loves
Well, he
him,
kind of has
so-
to, doesn't he, to a certain extent? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Andrade, nah. In a few years, I feel like he's made WWE champion.
Big.
Yeah.
I feel like he has to. It makes no sense.
Because the model is the same with the format is the same with Brock. Brock doesn't speak. Heyman does the talking. Brock carries the belt. I can see that
when Brock
working.
does talk,
Yeah.
it means something.
It means something. Yeah. It's something
So
serious.
I was watching this promo that I think it was like 2 years ago, where it was Roman, Samoa Joe.
All in the ring after Brock was
And the Samoa Joe, like I feel like Samoa Joe is very underrated when it comes to promos. Like,
Yeah.
he can
Give the
talk.
guy the mic, mate. Put him on commentary. Now Goody was on commentary for those weeks.
Sick on commentary.
For weeks he
And
was
then
so
Brock
good.
had to speak up. Like you couldn't just let Paul Heyman speak for you because Samoa Joe is getting at you. So
That's a guy who injuries have hurt him. He's obviously been in the game for a while, but that's someone. If they really just give the ball.
To him, yeah.
So my fantasy booking was Seth versus Owens at Mania. Sorry. Seth offers Joe and Owens an opportunity at Mania. He
for the
"Look,
tag team titles.
because he's the Messiah. No. One of you get to face me. You get the opportunity to face me at Mania. Seth and Owens, Owens and Joe compete. It's a great match. They shake at the end. Owens wins. Owens goes to Mania. Joe comes in, ruins the match, costs Owen the match. Seth wins. Rollins thinks that Joe's joining his little contingency.
yeah.
Next night on Raw, they're celebrating, and then it's just Coquina clutch onto Seth, and everyone's like, wow. So that's the Mania crowd, so it's pro-European for most of them. It would go wild. I think that would really work. You kind of double play Joe. And I think he needs a spot.
We haven't had something like that in a while.
We haven't.
We haven't had something like that in a while.
Yeah.
That would be
I
sick.
missed his match at Mania last year. Christian and I were getting M&Ms and shit. And then we heard Joe's music.
That was against Rey Mysterio, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like-
the match was mad quick.
It was like 30 seconds. I was in the queue.
Your match was mad quick.
I was in the,
I'm sorry, Mr. got injured or something.
I was in the,
He got
injured.
Maybe, but I was in the queue and I heard Joe's music. I was like, what? I was like, I just missed the match there.
You heard the music before. Wait, why is the music playing so low?
Exactly. But yeah, Ruthless Aggression, what were you saying? Like, you want to set it up? Yeah.
Yo,
So I'm 2 episodes in.
Yo, you watched Evolution one. That Evolution one was sick. I kind of like, it hit me here still. I got goosebumps.
Mark Jindrak was in it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Where
but
are you-
I
where
thought
are you
Saffron-
up
I'm on number 2.
I thought Saffron March Jindrak though.
He was meant to be in Evolution.
No, but Triple H said that his problem was that he was too jokey, man. He wasn't serious. Like
But-
him and Randy Orton were boys, innit?
Yeah, but Randy Orton at that time, I don't know if you've like done. So I remember there was a documentary on Randy Orton. Randy Orton at that time wasn't serious either.
I know he wasn't serious either. And the
He
reason why he
was-
wasn't
he
serious
was on
They've got
drugs,
that
everything.
promo, innit? There's a promo where
he's sitting on the
Triple
chair.
H is talking about him. I've seen a trailer for the episode, and
Yeah.
I remember Triple H is talking about saying, "Do you want to make money or do you want to?"
Yeah, do you want to make money with us, or do you want to be loved? And do you want to make money and be a heel? I think he said, do you want to make money and be hated, or do you want to make money, or do you want to? I don't know, something along them lines. Yeah. But yeah.
I thought the interesting thing about the first episode, it was a bit of a blur for me because I zoned out a little bit.
You zoned out?
No, post Austin. So I was watching wrestling since 1996. I was 6 years old. and
Oh,
for-
we talking about in real, yeah,
And
really,
for some reason
you forgot a lot.
No. I can remember the Attitude Era like crazy. Then I zone out a little bit just as Ruthless Aggression started. So I missed that bit. I thought the Cena episode was really cool.
You see, yeah.
As in, you know, loads of little gems about that. But just seeing the kind of, so you had obviously Orton, Cena,
Batista.
Brock,
Brock, yeah.
Batista. Then on top of it, Edge was still there, Jeff Hardy was still there, Taker and Triple H still there, Kurt Angle obviously.
Kurt Angle, yeah.
That era, Eddie Guerrero, he had a great run.
Yeah, that's
So-
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, fam, for the first time ever, yeah, we saw Chris Benoit in the documentary.
What,
Wow.
episode 3?
Fam, yeah.
Really?
But he comes a bit, you can see his face, fam.
Oh, just
But
his face? I thought he was like,
I mean, as in,
I thought it was an actual.
No, no, actual thing, but WWE always cut him out, innit? But they couldn't
Yeah.
cut him out because when Randy Orton beat him for the heavyweight championship,
title, yeah.
they couldn't avoid it, innit? Because they had to
Yeah.
speak about it. But I was like, bro, that just showed him. I thought they could have at least
No,
blurred
the
him
thing
out.
is, for some time now, they've been actually showing him. So like, they haven't cut him from pay-per-views. It's just that
They just don't mention him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they'll let them, once the match is done, they just cut on to the next
Yeah.
match.
Was it you saying that you wanted to make a comparison between the Attitude Era and the Ruthless
Yeah. Now,
Aggression Era?
which one did you prefer?
Well, my heart's always going to say the Attitude Era because I grew up on that. But the beauty of the Ruthless Aggression Era is the likes of Kurt Angle, the likes of Eddie Guerrero, Brock to a certain extent, Edge. From a wrestling perspective, we're talking about some dream matches there. You look at Rey Mysterio, you look at all the Chris Benoit at the time, you look at all those. Whereas I think the Attitude Era was just, for me, it's the hottest period, right? Without that period,
Yeah.
what we're not sitting here
We're not
talking
sitting
about
here
this.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
But it was very edgy, high energy, a lot of aggression,
Yeah.
crazy storylines.
Rebellious.
Exactly,
Eddie
which
Finn
represented
was-
the time, which I thought was great. And as a kid watching, you're like, "Whoa, my God, what is this?" But from the Ruthless Aggression period, I think from a wrestling standpoint, it definitely upped the levels. So I'm always going to say Attitude Era, but I think from a wrestling perspective, it definitely upped the levels. It gave the likes of Taker and Triple H new blood, new sort of kind of things to work on. Taker switched the character up a bit more. Triple H again with Evolution because he was rolling with Austin, Rock, Taker for time, DX for time, and now it's like a whole
They've all
new.
shifted out, so you have
It's
to, you have to make with what you've got now.
Well,
What did you learn from the evolution? What were some highlights for you?
the highlights for me is that I didn't know that. So cool. I feel like I kind of zoned out in real life from when I didn't know that Batista got injured and Batista left WWE for a bit to get like.
To rehab.
So he went not rehab, but he left, and after like he was trying to like get back into it. He's out for 7 months. So out for 3 months, and after when he was trying to get back into it, he thought he was well, so he went to the gym, busting weights, and he got injured again. So he's out for another 7 months. And I didn't know that when he was out for 7 months, they tried to replace him with Mark Jindrak. So I thought Mark Jindrak was already there.
Okay.
So I thought he was already there, and after Batista was in the back, and I was like, oh cool, we don't like Mark Jindrak, let's bring in Batista. But Batista was always there. It's just like when Batista got injured, they were like, cool, let's bring in Mark Jindrak.
Oh, so
and try it.
I thought it was the other way around, that Martin Jack was initially meant to be in Evolution.
So when
And then, what's it called? Yeah, he was initially meant to be in Evolution, and because I know they filmed like all the.
They did. So what?
They
what
filmed like
happened
the
there?
entrance music.
They filmed that
the
when Batista was
promos
injured.
on
They filmed that
it.
when
Okay,
Batista
that
was
makes
injured. So when
sense.
Batista was
I
injured,
didn't know that.
they were like they filmed shots with him and they filmed shots without him.
Yeah.
And after Randy Orton was like, as soon as they took him out of the shots, Randy Orton was like, yeah, it's not happening, man. Like they're gonna done it. And what's his name? Mark Jindrak was like, I kind of feel like I messed up a situation, like I messed up. He messed up himself because there was been many opportunities where Vince McMahon or Shane McMahon will test him, or they'll be like, yo, Jindrak, jump and hit the light, and he'll do it, but he wouldn't like understand what Vince is trying to say. What Vince is trying to say is like, you can be a big guy, do you know what I mean? You can go out there and rule the world, but he's obviously seen as a jokey thing. And even those shots of them like lips in flipping. What's the girl? Is it the divas? What divas were there back in the day? I've not lips in, but he kissed him and Randy Orton kissed Victoria and the other girl, some other girl. I forgot her name.
Stacey Keebler,
Not Stacey Keebler, I
Tori
think
Wilson.
it's Chris, I don't know. I forgot her name. But when
Gail
you
Christy
Kim.
Hemme.
Gail
I think
Kim.
it's Chris Henry.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just kisses her. They kissed her in it. I'm just acting like fools in the canteen and that, innit?
I guess you
I
got
think that's what.
the bigger point there is take your opportunity, right? Like,
Yeah,
and this is
yeah.
what Cena talks about in
Yeah.
episode 2, where it's like, who is gonna the whole thing is predicated
Who's
on
gonna
step
yeah,
up,
who's
who's
gonna
gonna,
step up.
show ruthless aggression and step up.
But I don't feel like he messed up though. He says he messed
Yeah,
up, but I
Cena
don't.
says he.
But I think it's just him being hard on himself. Like him thinking,
I
you know,
thought Yeah,
Oh, no,
because
the character became a dud.
Yeah, it became very
so
dull, and
that,
it's like-
that in his eyes is like
it became
failure.
very corny because it's like you're coming into every city, you're wearing their local
Local,
teams.
yeah.
And things like looking back, I never would have looked at that as a fail.
Fam,
I just
yes,
thought that
that's
would
what
just
I'm
been like
saying.
that's just your testing period.
Yeah.
I mean, there was not that much he could do really do at that point.
Yeah.
But he said he was resting on
So
velocity, and
many
that was
things
it.
that so many things that wrestlers say that they mess up with so mini, like such a mini moment that you kind of forget that. I even forgot that John Cena was even on these shows fighting other people. I thought he only had that one match, that one moment with flipping Kurt Angle.
No, I remember
And it's-
Nah, he was on the show,
No,
regular.
I remember that he was on Velox Circle.
With the
This is what I
yellow-
remember. I
yellow
remember that he
checks.
done that thing with Kurt Angle, and I remember that he came with the yellow, what do you call it? I call it Daddy Crocodile outfit. And after then, I remember him going straight into the Doctor of Thugonomics. I don't remember these little matches.
So you don't remember his match against Chris Jericho? I can't remember what pay-per-view.
But I think-
Armageddon. I didn't even know that existed.
No, but
I had to go watch that.
that's the point, though.
Yeah,
What you just said, you don't remember.
that,
it,
yeah.
Is what John Cena's point was
Yeah,
like.
true.
It wasn't memorable. We remember Doctor of Thugonomics because that's when we saw the real character, and it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
brave one. Because even if you're like a pure hip hop fan, you're watching it, you're like, this is corny, but you're still watching because bars are bars,
Yeah.
right? If you're gonna cuss someone, you're waiting for the punchline.
How old were you when John Cena started doing that Thugonomics stuff?
So what year was that? 2004.
4.
2, 3, 4.
So
No,
14.
2002.
No, I don't think it was 2. 2's a bit early.
You sure? 2003,
yeah.
So 13, 14.
I think, yeah, I think it was around the same age. I thought that was cool.
Actually, no.
No, I thought it was cool. No, I
It was
liked
end of
it. I liked
2000.
it.
It was end of
I liked
2000.
it.
No, I think it was end of 2002.
Yeah, it was 2002, it was 2002, trust me.
When was WrestleMania 20? Because that's when he wins.
4.
So he was.
But he was on the, you remember he was on the grind? He had
Yeah.
that feud with Brock Lesnar, had a feud with Eddie Guerrero, then had a feud with. So I feel like after WrestleMania 20, he became a face.
No, I think it was a bit later than that.
You
A
think?
bit later. Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone was still cheering him on and that. There was
20
not-
Well,
the-
he said it in episode 2. He goes like, I started looking at the crowd, and the crowd was changing.
Yeah.
And this is why I think people fail to adapt. This is why Triple H is up there. This is why
Triple
Taker's
H,
up
yeah.
there. This is why these guys are just up there because they're adapting.
Yeah.
They're adapting
To
to
the-
what they're
what's going
seeing
on, yeah.
around them and making it happen, of course. And that's what he did. And when I was watching episode 2, and he spoke about the crowd changing, he basically opens the door to an entire new realm of the way we look at wrestling. You go look at the attitude era in the beginning. It's like he's the baby, he's the face. Sorry, he's the baby, he's the heel, and we're responding accordingly.
Yeah.
So even deep down, yeah, Triple H gets the pop at Madison Square Garden. We know he's the heel, but he's coming back. We know all that kind of stuff, right? But that let's go Cena sucks. That's created a whole new level of wrestling fandom. That the way we approach it,
Yeah.
it's now no, we don't like the baby. We like that. We like the guy
like
who's
the
the
heel.
anti-hero who they're
Yeah.
not pushing this, that, and the other. He kind of flipped it on its head. He birthed that, man. You know.
I was even sad to see like when he spoke about the Hall of Fame when he went to induct.
Oh,
Oh, that was deep. Oh,
And to me, it's like sometimes as a
gets
fan,
booed all the time.
like when you think about it as a fan, it's like
I
you
don't
don't
think
really
it's-
actually think about it. But then when he was actually explaining, I was like, what raw? Like you'd think that he wouldn't care because he comes out to it all the time.
Even now, when me and Christian and I go and like Cena comes out, I'm like, there's bare people booing him. Like it's kind of their shtick now to boo him.
yeah.
But he takes it. He
Yeah.
takes it. And the thing is, but he gets the loudest reaction.
Yeah.
Regardless.
The loudest reaction, regardless.
So you hear that? dun.
It's just noise. It's just
Yeah.
noise. It's crazy. It's sick. It's sick. The energy just goes up 10 times, man. It's mad.
Even the when you watch the Evolution one today, you probably what was it that? So yeah, this is how it fucked. This is how things got messed up for Mark Jr. So they used to travel a lot around together a lot, innit? So I think there was a car journey with Ric Flair, Triple H, Randy Orton, and it had Mark Jr. in the back, innit? And it said that Mark Jr. and Randy Orton were talking for the whole journey and were acting like kids. And Triple H went to Vince McMahon and was like, no, I don't want to work with this guy. Fuck this guy. Kicked him off, and after Batista came back, I think Batista came back and attacked Goldberg.
Oh yeah.
Attacked Goldberg and someone else, and after he became the main guy.
That's deep though
it's-
because really and truly, if you think about it, around that time, they were still kids.
Yeah, but bro,
Virgil
in
was still
that
kids.
moment, like,
I get
if
it.
you're in a car with Ric Flair and Triple H,
I get it.
The
But-
thing
I
about
get it. It's
the thing
excitement
about
though,
it,
man. Like especially like let's say me and you. Like,
is it excitement or immaturity?
I don't know.
I think it's excitement.
Because Randy's own influence is, well, my dad and my this and my that, so I'm kind of cool. But I think you kind of got to know your surroundings, man.
Okay, that makes sense.
People say that when Randy Orton became champion, like he was cocky, But when he became
he took it
champion,
overboard.
he went overboard. Like
I remember
he
that.
was moving a bit too mad in that, and that was a lot of wrestlers. What do you call it? Grappling, innit?
Yeah.
But also there was also a scene where when Triple H was like had to like, I think he hotted both of them. They had a match after with Randy Orton and Batista versus the Dudley Boys, and they both got injured in that match.
What, Batista and Randy Orton?
Yeah, both got injured after Triple H had to like basically like ride him and Ric Flair had to basically like ride the whole thing until these lot came back. But it was just, I didn't even know that some of the stuff happened. Apparently, when he got injured, Bobby Ray Dudley and Randy Orton went back to the change room, and Bobby Ray Dudley was ripping into Randy Orton saying, "Yo, what the fuck you doing, man? You can't be doing that, blah blah blah." And he was just injured, and he was just pop up saying that. But it was just mad to see like some of the stuff happening. And they kept on saying that how people in the change rooms, or people backstage, were haters, didn't like what they were doing, or like just.
There's
hating
always
them.
going to be that backstage.
And I was
sort of-
like, I'm like, fam, really? Like on screen, it doesn't come across as that, but it's just mad
Never
to,
will, to be fair.
yeah.
Never
But it's just mad to see like, them lot really had like internal beef in the actual company.
What would you say some of your for both of you? What are your favourite rivalries that came out of the Ruthless Aggression?
John Cena versus Eddie Guerrero. I love that rivalry. That parking lot match. We got that game. We got the parking lot in the game, fam.
That was a sick match.
I like no, bro. Don't crucify for this shit.
No, I'm thinking.
Iron Sheik versus Jim Axel.
That was a sick man. I'm playing, but yo, let's be honest here. The build-up for Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg here was fucking sick.
I enjoyed that match.
Yo,
as much as people-
wait, you enjoyed that match?
Wait.
No, you enjoyed that match? And you get on to me about Tyson Fury?
Wait,
I don't remember the build-up.
I enjoyed the
I
match.
remember the match.
Oh, bro, I'll send you the
Oh, no,
promo
was
tonight.
it when Austin
Stone-
like,
Austin
took the
was involved
keys
as well.
and he went with the quad bike and got it off Brock
Yeah, it was.
when he was like the sheriff or something?
Yeah.
I
He was
remember
coaching
that.
the manager.
It happened because
Yeah,
of Royal
the
Rumble.
beers and
Yeah,
shit.
the beers.
Yeah. But
That match was alright.
the match was
That match was slow, bro.
the match was memorable
It was not because they're both
Variety.
leaving. They're both leaving, bro.
for a variety
You know
of
they were both
reasons.
leaving at that time.
I was too young.
Exactly.
I don't want to see Undertaker. I want to see Undertaker. But I didn't enjoy them. I can't like.
That match was alright.
I can't like. To this day, I've always like fast forward that match.
I don't watch it now, but at the time, it was like I enjoyed it.
I didn't
It was,
know-
for me at that time when Goldberg first joined WWE. That was my dream match. I was like, I actually want to see these two fight.
I want to see
It
Goldberg.
came.
No,
and
your
I
dream match was
like-
Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar.
It was one of them.
My dream match was Goldberg versus Stone Cold. Are you mad?
Everyone
Stone Cold
wanted
was
that.
never.
Boy, Goldberg.
Sometimes Stone Cold was never fighting Brock Lesnar. He was never fighting Goldberg.
No, but
Yeah.
that's a dream match though.
They talk about that in episode 1, innit?
Yeah,
Austin
they
was
did,
like,
yeah,
Austin
they
was like, I don't, it's nothing against him. I don't not want to fight him, but you're not
Build it
gonna
up.
put me in a
Build it
qualifying
up.
match.
Qualifying,
I'm
yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That was Brock Lesnar versus Stone Cold.
That's one thing I rate about Austin and Undertaker as well. They protected their characters so much.
You have to, man.
You have. That's the only sort of way.
The things I'm upset that Vince is upset, but come on, you have to. This is not fucking hardcore Holly or D'Lo Brown or something. You know what I'm
You know, you asked, did you know Goldberg and Brock were leaving? Which reminds me of like everything's now on Twitter. You can see it, all
Which
spoilers, right?
slightly annoys me.
It annoys me as well. But I remember, I think it was Austin versus Taker in the Attitude Era in a Buried Alive match. Austin's won. He's brought the crane. He's put the mud, and he's gone off, right? And that's it. For me, you're watching. It closes, right? And my cousin had a wrestling magazine, and in like the kind of centerpiece, it was a purple hand coming out of the dirt.
Yeah.
Oh, is Undertaker alive? And so that was my only
was
access
like,
to
yeah,
anything
yeah,
outside of TV. It's
outside.
like,
Yeah.
What?
You could have got the internet
Whoa,
back.
whoa,
on.
what is this? Where does this come from? And it's like, you know, nowadays you don't get that. Everything is like,
All on the internet,
You
you
know,
go on the internet.
CM Punk on backstage,
I don't even remember that sort of stuff because I remember like when I used to go to church back in the day, all the wrestling kids, we'll call it the wrestling kids, we used to run out of church and we'll go to like this off license in it and they had all the like
Wrestling
I think, like,
kids.
pro
wasn't there like a
Observer.
power something? Power slam?
Power slam, yeah, power slam, yeah. So I remember when
Power
Power slam, and I didn't know
jeez.
that. I didn't know that because I remember I didn't have cable them times, innit? So I didn't know that WWE Vince McMahon bought WCW. So when I read the magazine, I was like, oh shit, they bought
That
WCW.
moment.
So I remember I went home, I went to my cousins, I told my cousin, I beg you record it so when I come to your house, we can watch it, innit? I remember I watched it, I was like, fuck.
They flopped that in the Ruthless Aggression episode
did,
1.
yeah,
They
did.
made it sound like the invasion angle didn't work. The invasion angle worked.
It worked, but
Because Austin was a heel.
Yeah.
They brought. Remember the crowd was saying, Austin, Taker's in the ring, Kane's in the ring. Austin's music, and he just stuns everyone. One of the greatest moments in wrestling
I feel like
history.
it only works just for the sheer fact that they've had to now use WWE guys to kind of. And if they weren't even able to build stars out of those WCW guys that they had.
Yeah.
Like they had Mark Jindrak, had Sean
Chuck
O'Hare,
Palumbo.
Chuck Palumbo, but these guys are all young, so there's nothing you can really.
I agree with all that. I'm just saying in that episode 1, they missed a big chunk of that invasion.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie and Shane,
Yeah.
Austin turning, then turning back, then turning again. Like they missed.
And
They
missed
might,
that.
come back to it though, because remember this episode of Stone Cold?
Yeah, like, there was so much stuff within that invasion that worked.
Austin's my favorite, by the way, just to throw it like, as an award. Like, for me, it's just
I've got bare much for Austin fam.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Wait.
podcaster as well.
Oh, yeah.
Podcast is lit. Yeah. Cool.
I
Where
was
we
gonna
at?
say, a final point on that. I was going to say that I feel like the reason why they said that it didn't work out for them because it's like a lot of the stars they wanted to acquire was under a certain deal with AOL or something like that.
With
Time.
Oh yeah, they
Time
they
Warner, yeah.
guaranteed contracts in it. They weren't going to come out.
So a lot of these fans, wrestling fans, are watching, think like heard that. Oh, okay, cool.
it's not
WWE
Goldberg,
bought.
it's not NWO.
Yeah, it's not like, you know what I mean. Like we're not gonna get Goldberg versus this. We're not gonna get that versus that. So I think that's where they.
But I feel like even their
They've got Perry
biggest
Saturn. They've
star.
got Perry Saturn.
Yeah.
I love Perry Saturn. Even their biggest
The
star,
Radicals.
they turned him to a stalker. DDP was their biggest star.
Yo,
and he's
that
a star.
storyline was fire.
And they didn't utilize it
That
well.
storyline.
What
was
DDP and
fire.
Undertaker?
Yeah.
Undertaker was.
But they made DDP look like a side man.
Yeah.
They even had what's her name? Is it Deborah?
No, but that's
Yeah.
that's Vince, though, isn't it? Like,
He's a
for
narcissist.
some reason, I thought Sting was going to beat Triple H at Mania a few years ago.
Oh, I knew that was
When my mate turned around to me, he
When
was
I
like,
saw NWO come out, I was like,
I knew it. And I knew
how
it.
slow is their
I
walk?
can't lie. When I saw
How
Sting,
slow
when
is their
I
walk?
saw Sting's head do this, I was like, nah, snapping, fam. Wait, what
How
else?
are we doing for time? How long is it?
We're good.
do another 10 if you want.
I'm 10. So what's the
I've got some points as well. We can jump at the end.
I think we've got a few questions on the.
Oh, wicked.
We got a few questions on there.
Ask Wresthings, yeah.
Yeah, got a beg you pull up. Yeah, I just want to say, by the way, flipping the AEW figures look fire, man.
Bro, have you seen the AEW figures?
They
As in the ratings.
No,
No,
toys,
the
toys.
actual
Oh, figures.
yeah, yeah.
No, I haven't.
They look nice,
They
man.
look
They
amazing.
got figures already.
I don't
Yeah, it's
like.
coming out
I don't like.
summer.
Jeez.
Yeah.
They're like £23 in that though.
Yeah, they're kind of.
I don't like the way WWE the new
The
figures
metal
look.
ones.
Yeah, like what company's leg?
Yeah, even that one you can't do it.
What? How am I meant to do flipping Oregano? Fam, back in the day I used to bust Oregano. Like you can bet. Oh no, let me not break this.
So it's just so it's final 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So our first one we've got from
NK Preach.
NK Preach. We've got NK, family of Wresthings.
Yeah.
He's got 3 different ones. He's got first off predictions for AEW Revolution,
So what was the question? Sorry.
predictions for AEW Revolution.
I've not been up to date with AEW, but I know that the match
Cody's
card,
gonna win a match.
the match card is stacked.
Cody's
And Moxley
facing-
probably gets screwed in a title match. That's my general.
Yeah, I feel like Moxley. I don't think he's gonna win the title.
Who's Moxley fighting? Chris
Chris
Jericho.
Jericho, yeah.
Moxley might win it.
I don't want him to win. It makes sense for him to win,
I
but
think
I feel like every single title has
Is
changed
that
hands so
Cobb, is that
far.
Cobb guy fighting?
Nah.
I like the whole Le Champion. As I like how Jericho is amazing. Like, I love how he's doing.
I think
He's
Moxley,
my favourite wrestler
I think
ever.
Moxley should win it.
Ask me your Twitter bio.
I think Moxley should win it and they should torment him and get the title back. They should bully him and try and bully him off the title.
Ideally, I'd want Jericho to retain, and then down the line, Cobb turn on him to become champion.
It's got to mean something. It's got to mean something at right.
Like John Moxley, like if he won, I wouldn't be fussed. Like I'll be happy because he's sick, and he's probably the most consistent thing in AEW at the moment. But at the same time, every single other title belt has changed hands. We at least need this title to kind of stay in the same place.
Pause 1 second. Yo, it's the final 10. So photos, 360, whatever you want to do.
Let's get into another one.
After.
Do you think WWE is at risk? Big up, this is from Nessa Vanessa.
Oh, big up
Nessa
Nessa
Vanessa. Do you think WWE is at risk now that AEW is starting to enter the mainstream wrestling conversation?
Nope. I feel like they're all in their set. Everyone's in their lane, man, and everyone's staying in it. And we're both enjoying wrestling, man. At the end of the day, man. It's the taking part that counts.
Yeah. Similar.
But yeah, big up Nessa Vanessa, man.
I've got a question for you guys. What has been your best live wrestling moments? Chris, you can jump in.
Yeah, get Chris on this one.
Come, bro.
Now come in the middle. Come in.
What's been your favourite live wrestling moment? Or so just list some of your best ones.
Best ones. So one of them was Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon literally from the end of the ring. No, from the cage, from the
Cell.
Hell in a Cell. Yeah, it's like WrestleMania.
Against Undertaker.
Kevin Owens? Or
No,
was it-
against
Undertaker,
Undertaker when he fell.
Undertaker. And he fell and
Well, not fell, he
I
jumped.
just saw it and I was just like, oh my god, what the hell happened there? Another favorite wrestling moment was when Roman won and the whole crowd just booed. Not that I'm anti-Roman, but just seeing that was amazing. Obviously, when you see Taker at WrestleMania, that's one of the greatest moments. And Hardy Boys returning. Oh
Yeah,
my
I saw that.
god!
Hey, see, when I watched it on TV, I had goosebumps.
What?
I watched it on TV again, and I actually got goosebumps. But
I got goosebumps
the
watching that.
whole crowd just went wild, and everybody was shouting. 'Cause there was mixture, like people were saying Hardy Boys, someone was saying something else. But
Delete.
when they
Delete.
delete when they came out, it was crazy. There was one more amazing moment when I saw.
We had a lot of moments in Dallas. Like, well, that was our first Mania.
Yeah, when
so
we
Austin,
saw Austin,
Rock,
yeah, Rock.
Cena. It was just like
Wait,
that for us was
the big one,
32.
the big one,
yeah, Cowboy Stadium.
the big one. So yes,
No, it's Cowboy Stadium.
another crazy moment.
AT&T.
Another crazy moment when Austin came out. It just reminded me of Vish Mack being in school again. Like when he comes back, like he was screaming like a child, and I was just like, wow.
I'm just gonna play it on my phone. Yeah, I won't even show you the video. I'm just gonna play it on my phone. Yeah. Give me a sec. Where is it? Oh shit, that's not it. There we go. So just listen. Yeah. That's me.
So why the fuck will come out again? Remind me.
Because it was the
It was the Mania, innit?
No, it was the
Is that the one that-
New Day were facing that League of Nations, and then the League of Nations was like, we are the
Is
biggest
that the one where
force.
Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels,
Shawn Michaels,
and
Mankind, Stone comes
came
out,
yeah.
bruh, I lost my
Okay,
shit.
okay,
It was mad.
That was a crazy Mania.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Exactly,
them
man.
moments. There's a
Yeah.
lot more. I don't really remember. I'll be honest. But there's so many more.
What about you? What's been some of your favourite live wrestling moments?
Two come to mind right now. Nakamura Sami Zayn was just electric. Just that match, the aura, everything. And then nothing is going to beat the Raw after Mania when Roman beat Taker. And that 10-minute, 15-minute segment, Roman comes out and is getting booed out the building. Apart from me, I wasn't. Telling him to fuck off, then to go away, through everything. And then he goes, this is my yard now, mic drop. Wrestlers would kill for that segment. Yeah. That segment is, they're probably in Gorilla going, oh fuck. Like this, like listen to that arena, and it was mad. It dropped and walked off.
What was
That was just
Sorry, what was that NXT match?
Sami
we
Zayn
went to?
Nakamura.
No.
Oh.
The one we went to, and I was like, whoa, this was one of the best NXT.
Adam
I went to.
Cole versus Gargano.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, we watched that. I remember we watched that.
Bro, that match.
Adam
Are you
Cole,
going
by
this year?
the way. Yeah.
We'll chat still.
Adam Cole, Gargano. Adam Cole in general, you know. But yeah. What about you? Your favorite live moments?
I think
I
my
haven't
one.
done the Mania yet.
Oh, we doing it. We doing it. Right?
We're doing that shit. I'm doing that shit.
I need you, man. He's with his wife.
Wait, airing me out on the podcast.
I need company, yeah.
Airing me out on the podcast. Jeez.
I think one moment I went to a Ring of Honor live a few, like 2 years ago. I can't remember the match, but it was a Young Bucks match.
Jeez.
Watching them live, they're
Crazy,
amazing.
innit? They're crazy.
Absolutely crazy. There was an ECW, not ECW, was it an ECW? I think it was
I
when
was about to say you went to an ECW match.
I think it was the ECW where they filmed it before SmackDown,
Okay.
where they came to London.
Yeah.
And it was
been
when
years
Bobby
ago.
Lashley, it was like 2007, 2006. Bobby Lashley was feuding with Umaga and Vince McMahon at that time.
Wow.
That was, and that's when he threw Armando El Estrada, whatever his name is, out the ring, and
Wow.
fam, it was fucked. What other moments? And a few indie shows that I've been to, like Rev Pro has been sick. Progress was amazing. Watching Walter fight,
Jeez.
Walter versus Trent
Yeah, that
Seven.
was
Again,
sick.
he's
That
a
was sick.
character.
That was
He's a
sick.
big guy. He's got his crew behind
Fam,
him.
his theme music alone
I
had
was sick.
everybody
Everyone up.
He's different.
proper different.
My
Yeah,
one.
Trent Seven versus Walter at Progress last year. Sick.
Seven.
That was it. Yeah. What was that?
What about you? What you saying with live moments?
Fam, you lot are gonna laugh at me, but I was not as big as you lot in there. Remember we went
Were
to
you in
watch?
Saudi Arabia for Tyson Fury's match?
I wish I was. I wish I was. But what was I saying? Flipping. We watched SmackDown live, and after you know they do like the dark matches.
matches
innit?
at the end,
So
yeah,
it
yeah.
was dark match between Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods versus
Sami Zayn and
Sami
Kevin
Zayn and Kevin Owens. That was a sick match.
That's just forced.
Like a hardcore match, yeah. It
And it was nice to see it was nice to see Kofi Kingston in the flesh holding the belt on it.
Yeah,
so
that's what. Yeah, when
Oh,
you,
I
yeah,
appreciate that. You
no,
get
of course,
it. So
of course. It wasn't when he won it last year. It was a pretty lit moment. Crowd, and it was a beautiful story, and he got the rain. Yeah. Let's not talk about the Brock match, but yeah,
talk about that.
I got a few questions.
Yeah.
So I've basically kind of narrowed down like 5. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, kind of 6 segments. The first 5 are like really quick.
So wait, we need to get my man to introduce himself. Man's coming a suave. What do you call it? Man's part of ring camp. Man's part of ring camp for that. Introduce yourself, bro.
Even though shit is a mystery.
What we say, man's VRSYJNES, aka Lucha V, 4th member of the Wresthings podcast. Came from an interview looking all nice, so wish me well. And big up Wingomania.
Welcome, man. Thank you. So I got a quick segment to wrap this up. So kind of just give me your like immediate answers. First one. This is the phrase. Finish the sentence, basically. We'll start with Delboy and we'll come this way, yeah?
Sweet.
Chris Jericho won't make it into the WWE Hall of Fame until...
If you get this wrong.
And then you got to finish the sentence.
Till 2025.
Was this a date?
Actually,
No, it can be anything. It can be a phrase, it can be a date, it can be whatever.
Mind. Till his contract with AEW runs out.
Okay.
It will be 2025.
Yeah, he's going to be in AEW for time. That's the reason I said it.
Wait, 2025?
No, I changed it. Till he leaves AEW.
Okay,
So same.
Yeah, same question for everyone.
So Jericho won't get into the Hall of Fame until Vince dies.
Jeez.
Whoa, that's a serious one. Until he's in contract at. Actually, wait. I feel like he can still win the Hall of Fame whenever.
Nah, no way. No.
I think it's done.
That's not.
Okay, cool. Until 10 years time.
I'm gonna say something random until he's at 70.
70.
Yeah.
Come on.
Next one.
Trust me.
Next one. The constant emphasis put on ratings and viewership numbers is hindering the WWE product. Agree or disagree, and why? Just give one reason. Agree or disagree.
The constant. Say it again.
The constant emphasis put on ratings and viewership numbers is hindering the WWE product. Agree or disagree, and why?
I mean, I agree, but at the same time, it's a TV show. They have to think about it. I feel like it's fucking up things for the fans. I feel like fans care too much about ratings.
Yeah, we do.
Way too much. We shouldn't have to care about it. We're there to watch wrestling. Ratings mean nothing to us.
I mean, yeah, I think it depends on what type of fan you are. If you're like a deep fan, then you're gonna care about the ratings and stuff. Like the whole Wednesday Night Raw stuff, like that matters because it's AEW versus NXT, innit?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's killing it. It just makes it a bit weird. To be real with you.
Yeah, you kind of need. I feel like the ratings always been there, and I don't think it has hindered. You know, I don't know. I kind of like the ratings because I look forward to seeing who's watched what and what is popping in it. So it's for history, innit?
I
follow this guy Brian Alvarez, innit? So he
always fucking tweets.
Like, I always see it, but for me it's like, okay, cool. Like the ratings doesn't necessarily mean the show was good. It just means the amount of people that watched it.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Like, AEW could win 1 week, but
it's like back in the day when you have Monday Night Wars and you have the ratings. They used to show the ratings as well. So
I
feel that's different times though. They needed ratings at that time because.
But you don't think AEW needs a bit of ratings now?
I don't care. I don't know.
I think they do.
I think for networks it means something. For me, I agree. I think it is hindering the product because I feel what's happening is writers and creative are basically being reactive to what might be trending in order to get ratings, as opposed to thinking what's actually best for this talent.
Shit, no, that does make sense because as well, like if there's a bad rating, then they're gonna go ham for the next show, and maybe they'll change the whole booking because we got a bad rating rather than stick to what the storyline was.
But then again, Raw has been having its lowest ratings for God knows how long, and their show still sucks. So yeah.
Next one. So this is an interesting one because I don't see it asked often. Right now, whatever the instinctive response is, female Mount Rushmore.
All time or just right now?
No, as in what you think right now, but yeah, of all time.
This guy's gonna say.
I got mine. I know mine. Hold on. Wait. Tell me. What's going on?
Man, let me get it. Okay, cool. First and foremost, sensational Sherry. I think she should be in it because she was a great manager, and she was one of the reasons why I love Shawn Michaels. I like Shawn Michaels. Second of all, Mickie James. Hey, come on. You're mad? Mickie James was cold, fam. Hey, yo, big up. Mickie James, fam.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm coming, dude. Okay, cool. How many people got? How many people on my show?
more.
Two more.
Yeah, two
Oh fuck, man.
I don't think anyone's beating mine. I'm just throwing it out there.
Trish needs to be on there. And lastly,
Mickey James and Trish. Oh my lord.
look what I'm doing there, fam.
Is this wrestling or porn?
I'm shaking tables, fam. I'm shaking.
It's the female Mount Rushmore, yeah. It's supposed to be on elite
I'll
level.
be dead
sort of
with you,
like-
yeah. I got some rare Sunny t-shirt in it, but I've never actually. I was out of it. Like I didn't really see. I don't even know who Sunny is. If I'm being honest.
Just does wrong.
Exactly, fam. But
Oh, he's your fourth.
fourth. Lita. Are you mad?
Go
Lita.
on, Deb, what are you saying?
Alright, cool. Jazz.
Ah, come on. Big Auntie Jazz. Come on.
Jazz. Victoria.
This is down to wrestling ability for you, innit?
Trish Stratus.
This is down to wrestling ability for you, innit? Cool.
The overall, like,
Yeah, it should be an overall
yeah,
technically. but
overall.
Yeah.
And just to add a bit of spice, no, I'm gonna stick to one. I'm gonna stick to Lita.
Go
I'll
say
put
it,
Lita there. I'll put Lita there. Yeah. So Jazz, Victoria, Trish, and Lita.
Awesome Kong.
That's a shout.
Jazz. I will say Trish, just for the era that she was in. And fourth, gone to my head, I don't know.
Just put Lita there.
Girl Kim, she was involved.
You know,
That makes
you
sense.
you man are disappointing me. Mount Rushmore, female Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
None of the stuff I said you didn't agree with.
I'm just saying, I'm disappointed because there's one name that none of you lot mentioned.
China. I didn't say China.
China number one.
Okay, makes sense. I would have
Hold
put
on.
But it makes sense.
Let me just say, and this is overall, yeah. You're gonna say some of them gonna be crazy for you. China's there,
Understandable.
Charlotte's there, without fail. Lita's there.
I should-
Hold on. And Stephanie McMahon is there.
What was it based on?
Are we forgetting that corporate ministry? Her role in that?
What, did she
Someone
get
as their general
crucified?
manager?
She was getting crucified, fam, back in the day.
Everything she's done behind the scenes.
If we're talking
Her
behind the
position,
scenes,
no, it's
okay, if we're talking
everything.
behind the
The
scenes,
Mount Rushmore is
yeah.
everything. China's there, is no question. Lita's there, revolutionary wrestler.
I mean,
Charlotte's the best female
China
wrestler on
kind
the
of tarnished
planet.
herself after she left WWE.
Cool.
Charlotte's
I
the best
can't lie.
wrestler on the planet.
Okay, cool.
Are we debating that?
She's not.
She's not.
Charlotte's not the best female
She's
wrestler on
not.
the planet?
She's top three. I wouldn't say she's the best.
She's not the best.
Okay, who is the best?
Okay. I'm saying Charlotte, isn't it?
It's
I'm
not
saying
Charlotte.
this.
But I don't know.
Come on, man.
I said, do you
Charlotte
want to dig into
Flair.
my indie bag?
Charlotte Flair. I don't care about no indie, but I'm
No, I'm
talking
just
on the
talking- I'm talking
elite
about
level.
elite
I'm
level
talking
wrestling.
winning titles. I'm talking.
Nah.
That's
No, we're talking about like. No,
This guy in the back is talking smoke.
forgive. If we're talking wrestling wise, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if I feel like you might agree with me. I think Bianca Belair's a better wrestler than Charlotte. Bianca Belair's a better
Smoke
wrestler
me,
than Charlotte.
please.
Are you-
Draw your
Bianca
gun.
Belair-
Draw your gun.
Are you basing
I will
that on
deflect the
on
bullets.
on a solid 365 days?
I'm talking like wrestling. I feel like Bianca Belair has more excitable matches than.
Bianca Belair's on your Mount Rushmore,
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about in terms of pure wrestling.
but Charlotte's on the Mount Rushmore. So if
I'm
you're
gonna
saying
put
No,
Oscar.
she's not. Mount, she's in your Mount Rushmore.
he should
Oscar
be on
there.
everyone's.
Oscar
Well, you might
there.
have
What she said. What she's
you
done.
might
is
have
historical.
China in it, so you got a
I'll never
problem
have
there.
China.
Why not?
God, I love China for what she
For
did.
There
Impact.
is no one. There is
Impact-wise,
no
yeah,
one.
but not-
No, there is no one. See, I think you guys are being skewed by your indie shades, innit?
No,
You're
not
thinking
even.
like,
Indie shades.
isn't it?
This was on the indie.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Yeah?
Mine will want WWE women.
I get the China aspect.
No, I get it.
I get 100%.
I say impact-wise, 100%.
And I get yours.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing it.
I'm just looking at overall contribution to the business
No,
on,
overall, I get-
on
yeah,
various
no.
fronts.
Yours
you know?
is yours I accept.
Alright.
But if we're talking that pure wrestling basis, I'm so sorry we could not compare Charlotte to.
Alright, so
Bianca
you're
Belair.
gonna hate this next thing. You're gonna hate this next. Alright, so last thing to wrap it up, yeah. So I think one of the best things about wrestling podcasts and just wrestling in general is fantasy booking. So I've fantasy booked a pay-per-view where if we were to take wrestling to an unknown planet and everyone was in their prime, this would be the card. I called it Collision, which isn't actually the best name, but I called it Collision.
Sounds like an
WWE,
invasion.
Yeah.
collision.
Alright, so on the
Better than Great Balls of Fire.
we got we got we got one dark match, Hardy Boys vs Dudleys, Then on the main
In their
card,
prime.
yeah, in their prime. So everything here is in their prime.
Okay, sweet.
Then on the main card, I can already sense you guys are gonna hate this. Oh, sorry. At commentary, I've got The Miz, Jerry Lawler, JR.
The Miz.
I've got The New Day as hosts and announcers.
Replace the Miz with Samoa Joe. I'd rather have that.
No, replace the Miz for
No, replace
Macho Man
him
Randy Savage. Macho Man Randy Savage,
no, it says, yeah.
Or what's
You
the
like,
name?
like, if you like already beefing over the
Listen,
you do-
listen. I talk on my
The Miz is
chest.
good.
Booker T.
Booker, yeah, okay, I'll take Booker.
Come on,
I'll take Booker.
come
I'll
on,
take Booker.
hey, what's my man's name again? Gorilla Monsoon. Come on,
Also.
come on. What the fuck? Wait, you want to put?
I'm not saying.
Look at the back of the t-shirt.
When
Yeah.
JBL told
nah.
Michael Cole to shut up,
I
it's one of the
don't know
most
about
classic
that.
moments ever. Cool. Alright, so now I got the main card here. AJ Styles versus Ric Flair. Hell in a, no, I'm gonna say all, and then you lot just burn me for it, innit? Hell in a Cell match, Brothers of Destruction versus The Shield. DX versus The Rock and Sock Connection. Hulk Hogan versus Brock Lesnar with Brock the heel.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Lita versus Charlotte in a ladders match for the women's title. And then my main event, my personal main event based on my fandom, would be Austin Cena for the heavyweight title. Because that's your big heavyweight clash. So you got the stylistic wrestlings with AJ Styles, Ric Flair. Shield Brothers Destruction, you're just gonna get carnage. You can't not have Triple H and Shawn not on the card. You can't not have Rock and for me Mankind on the card. So I thought there's that. Can't not have Hulk Hogan on the card to a certain extent. Lesnar Hogan, you got that white meat baby face with Hogan against the heel Brock. Lita Charlotte, classic with the
So
ladders.
you said Lesnar versus Hogan, but it's Hogan when? Well, what Hogan are we talking?
Let's say lifting Andre.
No, I can't lie. Look, as much as you hate Hulk Hogan, but Hulk Hogan lifted Andre Jack. I can't. Hulk Hogan's beating Brock Lesnar. I swear to you.
Wait, against Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar in his prime.
Wait. Let me explain the reason why.
Explain it.
I'm not gonna go me for this, but I
Explain it.
do you get what I mean though? Do you get what I mean? Are
I
you
think, what,
seeing
you
it?
think Hogan's gonna beat Brock?
Against Brock Lesnar in his prime.
Hogan,
Hold on.
Okay, when we just
If
say
we're
Brock
thinking
Lesnar's
Hogan prime, if we're thinking Hogan in his prime,
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You're facing two Hulk, you're facing two Brock Lesnar's. Brock Lesnar's had two primes.
So what prime?
no, but I'm saying
Hogan's only had
if
one.
we're talking Hulk Hogan prime, WrestleMania, Andre the Giant, that mad sort of run he was having where he was just the hottest thing in the world against Brock Lesnar heel, I think the crowd, you start. Look, I'm not Hogan's biggest fan. I'm just saying.
It's going off. It's a
I'm
grand
just
race.
saying.
He's gonna win.
And you know what?
He's gonna win.
The reason I'm with him is because Brock would sell it amazingly. You know Brock would sell it.
Imagine that. Hulk Hogan comes in, does this. Bam.
Yeah, he's done. What's Heyman gonna do? When Heyman sees that, he knows himself is gonna be like, it's done.
Do you not agree on that then?
Yeah.
I know you. Look, listen. I know you.
No, bar my dislike for Hulk Hogan. I don't even think it's that. I'm just thinking stylistically, I couldn't see Hulk Hogan beating him.
Nah, because
let's not forget that Lesnar
Brock will
already
batter
fucked him up.
and then Hogan gets the energy and does this thing in it.
I was kicking Brock would have to kick him in his balls, man.
Brock would have split with a Kimura. Like, yeah.
Brock's gonna be like,
I'm not.
I could just see.
That's the thing.
I could just
I
see.
think it makes sense.
Yeah.
But stylistically, I just don't see how it works.
Just picture this, yeah.
I just don't see how it
Just
works.
picture this. Remember when Goldberg speared Brock recently, Survivor Series, yeah? And Heyman screaming, Brock. So when Hogan's getting that energy and Brock's kind of feeling it, Heyman shouting, crowds going wild on this alternate universe that we were at, where Collision pay-per-view is on whatever, I think that works.
Depends how many people.
Stylistically,
Depends how many people will come to view this paper.
stylistically, I actually see more of a problem with my main event, Austin Cena.
I feel like that.
You've got like a brawl and a very limited set. It's all on energy and just kind of who's got more grit to kind of get over the line. The best match in the card for me there is probably Lita Charlotte in a ladders match.
I feel like the dark match is probably the best.
That would be.
That would be a sick match. But even AJ and Flair would be a sick match.
Oh, that would be a classic. That's for like the purists.
Did they ever fight
again
TNA?
in this alternate universe?
No, I didn't fight him.
No, in this
He
alternate
was his
universe,
manager.
that
Ric Flair was his manager in TNA.
And he ended up fighting against Foley, his only match in Impact. Actually, no, I swear he had rival with Jay Lethal as well.
Oh yeah,
That was a decent match as well.
Yeah. Victory
That'd be a
Road
good pay-per-view.
2010.
That'd be a good paper.
But like, I love fantasy booking. I think it's one of the best part of wrestling podcasts. You know, you start thinking, like, oh, this would be cool, this would be cool. That's what keeps us going back to wrestling. It's literally this idea that anything can happen, even no matter how like bad the product is or ratings, whatever. It's like, oh, they screwed up that character, they screwed up this, but you know, every week we're going back like, what if?
Where?
It's been a mad. It's been a nice.
I wish I got it earlier.
No, I know.
Sorry.
I know we say this all the time, but I feel like this is probably our best episode.
You always say it, fam.
Best ever episode, they said.
Yeah, man.
That's
I
what they
can't
just
lie, it's
said.
true. I'm about to eat some wings.
Jeez.
Hey, what's
Okay,
the
I'll
wing
give it a
saying?
good time, fam.
What's the wing saying?
I'm hungry.
I
ready,
think it's
yeah?
time for wings.
Ah, cool. Say night.
I
Hey guys, I've been a Nuffy.
Vishmack, Wingomania, thank you. At Wingomania on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Big love to these guys. Give us a shout.
Hey, come
Yeah,
on,
come
what's
on,
this,
come
man?
on.
Hey,
Get
what's
this,
this,
yeah.
man? Come behind me, man. I know, come round here, man.
So full on. Right, there you go. Take it, bro. Take it. Champs out here, man. Champs out. We're good.
So guys, we're signing out, but make sure you guys go and buy merch because we're trying to get to WrestleMania next year. At this moment, we're going to be walking on the A13 or the M20. What's the M24? What's the M40? We're going to be walking on the M40 to get to LA and that. So guys, man, make sure you lot pay for this merch, man, because we need to get to WrestleMania next year, man. Donate to our GoFundMe.
Big up Wingomania.
Need company.
Much love.
Check my OnlyFans.
Big love to Wresthings.